All right, fourth grade, today we are talking about division. Lesson 14 says use the RDW process to solve the following problem. 53 students are going on a field trip. The students are divided into groups of 6 students. How many groups of 6 students will there be? If the remaining students form a smaller group and one chaperone is assigned to every group, how many total chaperones are needed? Now, I've read the problem, but I'm not going to check off R in RDW until I mark up my important information. So first I'm going to circle my numbers. I see 6, 6. I also see the number 53 in word form, and that's going to be important, so I'm going to circle that as well. I also see 1 for one chaperone. All right, I'm going to underline my question, and I actually have 2 questions. How many groups of 6 students will there be? And how many total chaperones are needed? Now I'm going to box my math action words. 53 students are going on a field trip. If students are divided into groups of 6 students, how many groups of 6 students will there be? If the remaining students form a smaller group and one chaperone is assigned to every group, how many total chaperones are needed? So now I've read my problem. I'm going to begin drawing and marking up my sheet of paper. What they're asking is if we had a total of 53 students on this field trip, and I'm going to use this tape diagram to represent all 53 students on the trip, and we broke them in to groups of 6, how many groups of 6 would we have until we've reached all 53 kids? Now this is where knowing our factors are really, knowing our multiples are really going to come in handy for math. When I'm counting up groups of 6, I want to see how close I can get to the number 53. So I'm going to start listing my multiples of 6. Because every single time I go up another group of 6, that's a new group of students. So let's see how close we can get to 53 without going over. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 49. Now if I keep going, I'm going to get to 56, and that's too much. So after that, I need to stop. This is how many groups of 6 I'm able to make. But that doesn't mean that all of the extra kids just go home and don't get to go on the trip. So how many more students do I have left in this last group before I get to the number 53? How many more after 49 until I get to 53? So my 2 jobs are how many groups of 6 did I make? And I'll write my answer as a statement. Blank groups of 6 students with blank remaining. After you say how many groups of 6 you were able to make, how many students were remaining after that? And using that information, if every single group, including the extra remaining students, need their own chaperone, you're going to say blank chaperones are needed. And once I write in my statements, that's all 3 steps of the RDW process. I read, I drew, and then I wrote my answers as a statement. So now it's your turn.